Celebrating the magic of high school sports, Allen Media Group proudly presents the 2024 WIAA Football Championships, live from Camp Randall in Madison, Wisconsin. This WIAA sports exclusive is brought to you statewide by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation, Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Rural Mutual Insurance Company, premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years.
Majestic Camp Randall Stadium on a beautiful Friday morning in our state capital. Welcome to Friday of the WIAA Division III Football State Championships. The teams arriving here at Camp Randall. We're getting you set for a spectacular Division III title game. Catholic Memorial in the title game for the 5th time in the last 6 years, taking on Green Bay Notre Dame back here at state for the first time since 2016. The weather cooperating much better here this morning here in Madison. And for more on this game, let's send it upstairs to the Killer Bees, Bob Brainerd and Bill Brophy.
Thanks a lot, Scott. Hey, Bill, it's like Back to the Future. This is like a good old-fashioned Wissa-Days matchup.
Yeah, the two Catholic schools going at it for the D3 title. A lot of star power on a sunny day.
Yeah, star power for sure. A couple of guys that are going to Notre Dame, in fact, going to go at it here one last time.
Well, yeah, you're going to see a lot of players on both sides that are pretty good football players, including Christian Collins, who led the state in rushing a year ago. He's within 20 yards of doing so again. He's going to get a lot of carries today. Flanagan catches the ball from tight end. He's Mac Pierce's favorite receiver, but he's also a dominant force on defense for a Notre Dame team that plays old school football. Meanwhile, Catholic Memorial is more new school football. They throw the ball a lot more. MJ Mitchell's a versatile quarterback, a real athlete, and he's got his old buddy Marvanas Butler Brown, who he's known since 8 years old, is his favorite receiver. Bill Young's been here a lot. In fact, the only two other coaches have won more games than Bill. He's got a nice club here, the Parkland Conference champs.
We are all set for a sun splash day of football. We send it back down to the field. We've got people all over the place.
Well, hey, guys, let's talk about Michael Rader, head coach of the Notre Dame football team. This is a comfortable spot for him here at Camp Randall. He was an offensive lineman here for the Badgers. In fact, he was part of Barry Alvarez's 3rd recruiting class. You can see this awesome photo we dug up. The whole team on Harleys. That was in the north end zone. I asked him about that. He said, yeah, I've got that in my basement. As for what got them here, shouldn't be surprised. An offensive lineman coach likes to run the ball. And you talked about Christian Collins there. More than 2,600 yards this year. In fact, he has more than 300 yards rushing in 4 of the last 5 games he has been in. So I asked Coach Rader about that. He said, why would we change what has gotten us here? On the other side of the ball, head coach Bill Young for Catholic Memorial told me he's nervous this morning. And obviously, when you're going up against a talent like that, not a huge surprise. I said, what is the focus today? And he said, obviously, we have to tackle Collins. Anytime we get near him, we have to bring him down. That'll be the matchup to watch here today, guys.
Are you ready for some football? You better be. The Division III State Championship is about to kick off. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network affiliate. D3 title tilt about to commence. The keys to the game brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs, Bill Brophy.
Well, get ready to call Christian Collins a lot today, Bob. You're going to see him a lot. In one game, he carried all but 4 times for Notre Dame. In the playoffs alone, Collins has rushed for 1,192 yards and 16 touchdowns. Again, he's a premier back, and Mitchell's the guy that makes things go for Catholic Memorial. Again, he's a real athlete, can throw the ball, he can run the ball, he's got some athletic, speedy receivers. This should be a heck of a matchup, again, as we've said, with a lot of stars on the field, and thankfully no snow on the field today.
Thankful indeed. James Flanagan, the big guy, going to tee it up and boot the football to start this contest. Williams and Butler Brown, dangerous returners, are waiting. for the kick from Flanagan. Backpedaling and slipping in the end zone, and they're going to wave down and say Williams.
They called it a touchback.
Yeah, touchback.
I think you got to take a look at this and see if it's.
Clock operator, please reset the clock to 12 minutes.
Well, they ruled it a touchback, but it looked like his knee hit the ground, and after he took the ball at the 1 and went back in the end zone. Here, let's take a look at this. So he's out of the end zone there. He goes back in, and boy, my eyes tell me that should be a safety.
Mike Brewer is the referee. He was right there and whistled it dead. So touchback, 20-yard line is where the Crusaders will set up shop.
Well, Flanagan's an all-stater. He's going to Notre Dame. And then we've talked about Mitchell. His two of his weapons include Butler, Brown, and Lewis. He's going deep here.
Mitchell in double coverage. It's broken up. Intended for Dustin Roach downfield. Big 6'3" target. So trying for the home run early is Catholic Memorial.
Well, there's what Mitchell will go up against. Again, Flanagan, a Notre Dame recruit, one of the leading tacklers on the club. Hornacek, an athletic guy you'll see play both ways. How about Bill Young coming out of the chute, going for the bomb right off the top?
Yeah, no kidding. 2nd down and 10. MJ Mitchell on the ground, little delayed draw, and he is stuffed. Tritons were there to engulf for a loss of a couple. That was Demias Lopez, the 3-year starter, senior running back, nowhere to run or hide.
He met Abe Augustine up close.
Got a break. Actually got him back to the line of scrimmage, so 3rd down and 10. Mitchell going to try to scoot out of trouble. He cannot. Gets a couple yards, but Flanagan is there to take him down, and it's 4th down.
You're going to see Flanagan on both sides of the ball. Two-way starter, and he plays defensive end. And again, he'll go to Notre Dame next year. The other Notre Dame in South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
There's another one. Landon Smart going to boot it, and it's going to take a roll, field it on the hop, and okay, fair catch, and down. Okay. Connor Carmichael plays it safe.
There's Christian Collins. We've already talked a lot about him today. Got a twin brother, too, so just to be even more confusing.
Yeah, there are times that Jack will come in and spell Big Bro Christian.
Yeah, he's the backup running back, but Chris Collins is the man. There you see his rushing yards on the year. Again, he's the state player of the year, according to the coaches. Flanagan's an all-stater. Pierce has got a lot of weapons at his disposal, but basically he's a game manager at quarterback.
Good field position for the Tritons. 1st and 10 from the 47. Whistles before the snap.
Encroachment. Defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
So a free 5 from Catholic Memorial, jumping the gun early.
They've got even better field position.
Christian Collins' numbers, Bill. 1st in the state with 37 rushing touchdowns. 2nd in yardage, over 2,600. And per game, ridiculous. 1st and 5 here. And here is Collins. Great cutback, great run to get him started off here at State. He averages, Bill, this was 1st in the state too, 243 yards per game.
Yeah, it's not bad. He gets the ball a lot, so you're going to see this a lot today. But he cuts it back there and gets to the 2nd level where Marvanus Butler Brown had to bring him down. Collins averages 8.5 yards a carry.
That's why Mike Rader told Brad, why would we change? Why would we not give this kid the football? 1st and 10 from the 37. Give it to him again. Collins squirts through, straight up the middle to the 32. And Mike Rader told us earlier in the week, he is still getting better. I mean, keep that in mind. He's got some Division II offers to play football at the next level. He thinks 22's game is still on the rise.
5'11", 195 pounds. That's probably why you haven't heard any D1 teams looking at him. Not big enough.
2nd and 5. Collins creases his way to the right side to the 25. That's another first down. They put a lot on his plate. Christian Collins has accepted it. Continues to say, feed me the football. I don't mind the heavy workload.
Steady diet of Collins here in this first drive.
First set of downs here from the 25. Collins, look out. Collins, touchdown. That's how you pay off your opening drive, Christian Collins.
38th touchdown of the year for Christian Collins. Talked about him a lot. Before this game started, he introduced himself to you on that drive, which was all Collins, and the Tritons have the early lead.
You know who else it was, Bill? It was Flanagan coming over from the right side, careening in front of Collins to provide a block that sprung him off the left.
Well, that big old line in front of him, he's opened some holes in that first drive, and you can see what Green Bay Notre Dame wants to do.
Impressive. The Tritons, 53 yards, did it in under 2 minutes, and heaping portions of Christian Collins, as per usual, for Green Bay Notre Dame. Beautiful day for football here in our state capital. Green Bay Notre Dame feeling right at home, leading 7-0. Christian Collins did a lot of heavy lifting on that opening drive, Bill.
He carried every play for 48 yards, the last 25 of which was a pretty drive, and he was sprung by his all-state teammate, James Flanagan. But Collins, everything is advertised in that opening drive. Let's see if Catholic Memorial has an answer here.
Here's Flanagan going to tee it up once again. Future member of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. We'll show you Owen Strabig, the big offensive lineman for Catholic Memorial. He too is heading to Notre Dame, so these guys are going to go at it and then become teammates next season in South Bend. This one on a bounce, fielded by Butler Brown. Navigates to the sideline and then dances back inside and gets banged out of bounds on his own sideline.
That was Flanagan who banged him out of bounds. So he kicked it off and then made the big hit to stop a nice return by Butler Brown.
Now watch Flanagan, Bill. He's on the left of the screen. Watch him come all the way over to the right and provide the key block.
88's the guy who's going to lead the way for Collins. Booms the big block there. Collins uses his speed to get the outside and wins the foot race to the pylon.
Flanagan's a handful on both sides of the ball, and apparently on special teams too. 1st and 10 Crusaders at the 33. Mitchell keeps it. Scampers and gets pushed out of bounds at the 36, gain of about 3.
Mitchell's completed 55% of his passes for 1,400 yards. He's also ran for 801 yards. That's the best in the club. His coach raves about him.
Yeah, everybody does. He's got speed, Bill. 4.5 in the 40-meter. So if he gets loose, if he finds a crease in an opening, he can take off and take it to the house every time. 2nd down. Handoff here and blown up in the backfield. Harold Lewis going nowhere.
That fella was the blitzing linebacker, Thomas Babinski, and he blew up the play. And then he got some help to bring the running back down, but Bolinski in the backfield right after the Mitchell handoff. That play went nowhere.
Thomas became the starter the second half of the season, and he has really accelerated and come on strong for the Tritons. Loss there makes it 3rd down and 9. Empty backfield here for Mitchell. Pocket collapses. Mitchell on the move. Got the first down and out of bounds at the 47.
Flanagan had a shot at Mitchell, but he missed. Mitchell then extended the play and showed how shifty he is as a runner and picked up the first down. See Flanagan coming in, he'll have a shot, but can't bring him down. And then Mitchell gets to the outside, uses his speed to get to the sticks and get the first down.
Yeah, that's the X factor that number 2 brings you. Play breaks down, but he'll take off and make you pay. Gets the first down here at the 47. Lopez in the backfield. Give it to him. And he leans forward to the 48, a gain of about 1 or 2.
Demayas Lopez on the carry.
Lopez is a senior, so is Mitchell.
Watch Mitchell after the play, kind of. It's like a little deke there. Trying to get that defensive line guessing to go the other way. But just a gain of 1, 2nd down and 9. Got him. Down the sidelines. Lopez dragged out of bounds inside the 10.
Well, Mitchell hit him in stride right as Lopez went to another gear. Nice play by Catholic Memorial.
Little wheel route here, Bill.
Yeah, but Lopez is going full speed, and Mitchell just lays it right in, and he didn't break stride. He's inside the red zone. Nice play by Catholic Memorial, who answers an impressive drive by Collins and company with one of their own.
Boy, did Mitchell just fit that into a tight window, and then off to the races. 41-yard pickup. Crusaders knocking on the door at the 12. Quick toss. Butler Brown. Shifty. Still can't bring him down. And it's at least 3, 4, 5 Tritons. Marvanus, senior wide receiver.
Yeah, try to tackle this guy. Watch his feet. Alex Siak has a shot at him and missed. Butler Brown gets inside the 5 with yards after the catch.
He's another extremely quick track athlete on this football team. Mitchell to the air, wide open, catch is made, touchdown, Jake Burholtz.
Nice looking drive. Scott Rice calls the plays for Catholic Memorial. His brother Pat did okay in this field. Camp Randall for Wanakee all those years. But that was a good looking drive with some pretty good athletes. Nice pass by Mitchell. He's got the receiver all by himself. It's just a matter of catching it. And Burkholz does that. We'll see if this extra point ties the game.
You know, Burkholz, Bill, he started the season at the tight end position, but they found out he was a better pass catcher than a blocker. So decided, why not make him a receiver? And he went up and got that one. Kinnitator on the PAT. We're tied at 7. And we've only just begun here at the camp. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network affiliate. '24 WIAA Football Championships brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. 7-7 our score. Both teams cobbling together. Impressive drives to get on the board first here in the first.
Really was. Catholic Memorial goes 67 yards in 2 minutes, 23 seconds. The drive ends in the scoring pass to to Jake Burkholz, but Mitchell went 3 for 4 for 52 yards on that drive. Threw the ball to 3 different receivers and got a pretty good taste of the differing styles here. The ground and pound attack by the guys in blue and the spread offense that Catholic Memorial offers.
Kinnitator going to kick it. Christian Collins returns kicks too. This is Kingston Allen, however. Allen to the 32-yard line. Flanagan has yet to catch a pass, but beware. He catches a touchdown pass about every 2 or 3 times they target him, Bill. So he is definitely in the mix offensively, especially when they get close to the red zone.
Nobody's touched the ball, though, but Collins.
That's right.
He went 4 plays for 53 yards and 4 plays. Collins had every carry.
It's another one here. Pushes the pile in the middle of the field to the 36. The guys up front, Andrew Rader, that's Mike's son. We'll talk about him in a moment, but defensively, some key players back there for Catholic Memorial.
Yeah, you saw Lopez catch a 41-yard pass. He plays in the defensive secondary. So is Butler Brown. Those other guys will be challenged by Collins and company today, to be sure.
Off the left side. You know it's coming. And Bill Young told Brad pregame, it's like, we got to have hat on hat. We got to make sure we tackle and wrap him up. Don't let him get extra yardage after the fact. But yeah, with this offensive line, Flanagan's brother is a sophomore, Richie Flanagan. He's the right guard. Different body type, but another Flanagan who's going to bloom and grow when James heads to South Bend. Collins on the cutback. Big burst into Catholic Memorial territory.
Butler Brown and Dustin Roach saved the touchdown. They're making way too many tackles as Collins gets to the second level again. Cuts it back. And again, the 2 DBs have to bring him down in Catholic Memorial territory.
Pickup of 18 on that run by Collins.
He's already got 72 yards and 7 carries in the first 7 minutes of the game.
Going to be another big day at the office for 22. Gets the carry again. Flanagan blocking on the outside there. And pushed out of bounds at the 40. Bill Young. I always say forever Young. He just keeps on keeping on. 3rd all-time in coaching victories. Mr. Sins added 1 more yesterday, didn't he?
He did, and moved within Bob Highland, who is retired. In fact, we wish Coach Highland well. So they asked Coach Sins if he had any intention of sticking around to catch Highland. He said, I'm not concerned about that.
Collins, good gathering tackle that time.
But Bill Young in his 47th season, I mean, that triumvirate of Highland, Sins, and Young, we're lucky that we got to see him while on the sidelines this season.
Amen. Started coaching at Catholic Memorial in 1977. You know, the year after the bicentennial, Bill.
Yeah. 412 and 126 in his career.
Amazing. 3rd and 3 here for the Tritons. Collins going to get it again, you bet. Going to get the first down again, you bet. Slipping tackles. Collins still on his feet. Shifting his way inside the 10. Finally brought down. Butler Brown got him. Otherwise, it was going to be another rushing touchdown.
This guy is pretty good. And he's pretty busy. Again, he breaks at the outside, gets a nice block there. That was Jack Whitehouse that helped spring him. We better mention somebody not named Flanagan up front because they're opening some holes. Carson Vanderhooten is a center. Colin Cormier is a guard. Andrew Rader, the coach's kid, is a big old tackle.
Asa Poyster, he's the right tackle. And that's a touchdown. However, it's not Christian Collins. It is Jack Collins taking it in. How about that?
Yeah, the twin brother gives Christian a blow, and Jack Collins gets the touchdown. He goes over to wrap up a very impressive drive on the ground by the Tritons.
Jack plays in the secondary, and as Bill said, every once in a while he'll give his brother a breather. And he came in at just the perfect time. Gets the carry, gets the TD. They get the extra point, and they get the lead back at 14-7. Collins to the end zone. 16 instead of 22, but mission accomplished.
And Whitehouse with a big block, and Jack Collins shows you I'm not too bad either. And they go 68 yards in 7 plays, take 3:23 off the clock. And they don't do anything fancy. They just say, we're going to beat you. There's the Collins boys celebrating the go-ahead touchdown.
On that drive, Bill, 68 yards. Christian got 60 of them. And Bro got the last 8 and the score.
Christian Collins now 10 carries, 108 yards and a touchdown. Jack Collins 1 carry for a score of 8 yards. Again, you can't have much more differing styles offensively. I mean, it's old school football here. Pound the rock for the guys in blue, and the other fellas there in white open it up a little bit. Yeah. They got a very talented quarterback in MJ Mitchell.
Yeah, defenses are on high alert this morning here in Madison as Flanagan will boot it once again. Butler Brown, dangerous receiver, waiting for it. He'll get it at the 11. Got a block and then runs into bodies at the 29-yard line.
Thomas Wabinski again making the stop on the special teams. So let's see what Mitchell has up his sleeve here. Well, I guess maybe more appropriately what Scott Rice, the offensive coordinator, has dialed up for Mitchell.
You mentioned, Bill, he and Mitchell and Butler Brown, they've been playing football together since they were 8 years old. How great is it to finally cap things off your senior season on the biggest stage? 1st and 10 from the 29. Fake it. Intercepted. Gonna be a pick 6. Caden Kiefer jumped it. Touchdown.
Well, the 2 old youth football chums tried to team up, and Caden Kiefer said, not so fast. As you say, you can't anticipate any better than that. He jumps the route and goes for the pick 6. A big score for Notre Dame. And they lead 20-7. And we only got 2:41 left in the first quarter.
MJ Mitchell getting some words, head hanging a little bit after that pick 6. But Notre Dame tacking on another score. Nick Grusin tacks on another PAT. And in a blink, it's 21-7. Green Bay, Notre Dame.
It's just great anticipation by the DB. Again, the RPO, and he read that one all the way. Cuts in front of the receiver, Butler Brown. And in the game, when it seems like offense is going to dominate, if defense can give you a touchdown, that's just a bonus.
Mike Rader earlier this week told us about Caden Kiefer. He said he's not the biggest dude. He's 5'10", 160, but he is a fighter. And he fought to get inside and make that play. He snuffed it out. 35-yard return into the end zone.
Kiefert's a senior, 5'10", 160 pounds, and he's feeling pretty good.
That's what fighters do, right? They look for any advantage.
There's Mike Rader, the Notre Dame coach, has got to be feeling pretty good in his own self on his return to Camp Randall.
Flanagan again to boot the football. 3 touchdowns in the last 7 minutes. It's like arena football all of a sudden. Williams, it'll sail over his head for the touchback. So Catholic Memorial has to regroup here quickly after being stunned with the pick 6.
I think you got to keep your poise. They can't get rattled. Somewhere these guys know they're going to have to put some points up and hope their defense can stop Collins and company. They haven't been able to do it yet.
From the 20-yard line, MJ Mitchell back to work. Late getting bodies in there.
Can say they don't have the right personnel on the field.
Yeah, Jake Burkholz running in. In motion now, ready. And the handoff. Lopez.
There's a flag.
Yep. Marker down. As Lopez was trying to find a crease, wasn't anything there.
I think it's going to be holding.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. It's still first down.
Keep an eye on the left tackle.
Oh, that's Owen Strabig.
Yeah. Strabig again, another Notre Dame University recruit, or University of Notre Dame recruit.
Got to keep our Notre Dame straight today.
Yeah.
1st and 20 now. Swing it out, Butler Brown. And Butler Brown trying to escape, but he will not. Loss on the play there.
Charlie Hornacek is the guy who made the play. Then he got a lot of assistance, including Flanagan.
It's going to be 2nd and 23 now.
Lopez looked like he was expecting the ball. Instead, it goes to Butler Brown.
So 2nd and forever. Catholic Memorial going backwards. Trying to get something here. And they'll get something with Lopez. All the way out to the 20-yard line where they started the drive. So now you got 3rd and 10. Lopez, 3-year starter. Goes both ways.
And he's gained now over 400 yards this year. Their 3rd leading rusher on the team.
He and Harold Lewis have been splitting carries this season. 3rd and 10 here. Mitchell going up top. Got his man, Butler Brown, who can't come up with it. Marvanus had a lot of separation downfield.
Yeah, Mitchell would like to have that one back. But he showed he's got a pretty good arm. Again, you can see it. He has the touchdown if he can get to the ball as they beat Caden Kiefert. And there's Mitchell's reaction.
And MJ just saying, oh, just a little less. They would have had one of those touchdowns back. On the bounce, going to field it at the 43-yard line. So the Tritons, they D up. They get a break on the long pass over the middle. No connection there. Get the football back, leading 21-7.
And you get the impression this is an important series. Catholic Memorial definitely needs a stop, or at least to prove to themselves that they can detour the Collins boys. Basically Christian Collins, but Jack showed he's no slouch either.
From the 44, It's Collins. It's Christian. He's over midfield to the 48.
Notre Dame has not thrown a pass and taking that 14-point lead.
And now you really don't have to at this point. You keep churning out the yards with 22, and
just to throw a wrinkle into this offense, Christian Collins has thrown a touchdown pass out of the Wildcat formation.
Of course.
He threw it to Flanagan. So just when you start packing the box, expected Collins, Mike Rader gave him a wrinkle earlier in the year.
Here's Collins off the left side. Good tackle from behind made by Gabe Tala. And that'll be the end of the first quarter here at Camp Randall Stadium. The Division III championship is 21-7 Notre Dame in front of Catholic Memorial. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network affiliate. The 2024 WIAA Football Championships brought to you by the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. 21-7 the score after the first 12 minutes of action here in the Division III State Championship.
And action was the word. Notre Dame put up 6 first downs in the first quarter. Rushed for 126 yards. In winning the D7 title game yesterday, Edgar had 6 first downs all day.
First and 10 from the 46. And good tackle again there. Will Schmitzer gets on the back of Collins.
Collins now with 13 carries. And he's already over 100 yards. In the first quarter alone, he had 118 yards.
So give him 2 more. It's 120 and counting. 2nd and 8 from the 44 of CMH. Pierce to Collins. This is a recording. Good gathering tackle again by Catholic Memorial. 79 on the backside, Nico Rogers Jr.
When Mike Rader played here, he was a center for Coach Alvarez. He blocked for such names as Moss and Fletcher, Dane. So he kind of likes this stuff for the running backs to start the show.
All too familiar for Mike. Why change? 3rd down. Pierce to throw. First of the day. And it's tipped around and almost intercepted, then almost caught by Flanagan.
But they had him pretty well covered. Pierce didn't look at anybody besides Flanagan and tried to hit the ball between a couple of defenders.
Schmitzer got a hand on it, Bill.
Yeah, he knocked it in the air, and then it was anybody's guess who was going to win the tip drill. As it turns out, it falls to the turf, and Notre Dame will punt for the first time today.
Asa Poyster is back to boot it. Whistles before the snap. Mike Brewer, our referee. Gonna reset the play clock. All right, all set now. Butler Brown is deep for CMH. He'll catch it at the 3. And then spun out of bounds at the 10. Sayak
picked up prior to the punt. Coach of the Catholic Memorial sideline telling him if it gets over your head, let it go. Well, I don't think they were real happy that the receiver decided to field the ball and make a play. So they'll start deep in their own territory. You see what MJ Mitchell has done this year. If you've been watching the first quarter, you can see he's a shifty little athlete and a very exciting player. Dynamic, I guess, is the term that's been used to describe him, but I can see why.
Yeah, that interception, Bill, he came in only through 3 interceptions all season long, so he's been very good taking care of the football. That was just a great defensive play. Back in the shotgun here on 1st and 10 from the 11. Go with the handoff to start it off. Harold Lewis. Again, he's splitting carries with Lopez.
There's Mitchell. Out of fairness to him, you can see what he's done today. That throwing the interception, he had about a strong arm to complete that pass. Went from the left hash to throw it out on the right. And again, give Kiefer credit for jumping the route and making the play, but that's a tough throw to make for a quarterback.
Gain of 2 for Lewis, 2nd and 8. Pushed out of the pocket. On the move, throws. Butler Brown got him. Butler Brown down the sidelines. Butler Brown going to take it to the house. Touchdown!
And that's why those old youth football chums are never out of a game. They can make plays. Mitchell can extend plays. He's got a nice arm. He floats that one in, and Butler Brown made the catch this time and then just flat out ran Jack Collins in the secondary. Once he caught the ball, he has separation, and the last 40 yards he wins the race from Collins. Catholic Memorial's back in the game after the long bomb from Mitchell to Butler Brown.
87 yards on the hookup, Bill. And how good does that feel after he missed them on the last series to close out the first quarter?
Feels darn good.
Kinnitator for the extra point. CMH feeling pretty darn good. Back in this football game, 21-14. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network affiliate. MJ Mitchell giving his linemen some love after he and number 5 hook up. They've been doing that for 10 years playing football.
They go 89 yards in a hurry. Just 19 seconds left. The Catholic Memorial defense made a stand. They needed that. And then Mitchell and Butler Brown did their thing and got Catholic Memorial back in the game with a quick strike.
Kinnitator to boot it. Collins, one of the deep men, along with Kingston Allen. Going to be Allen at the 15. Cuts back, opening up the middle. And good return to the 44-yard line. Time now for our Rural Mutual Road to State, brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here to stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Here's how they got here, Bill. The Mount Horeb-Barneveld game was a doozy. Catholic Memorial survived to get to division level 4 and then here.
You can see that they narrowly beat Reedsburg as well. So it's been quite a journey to Camp Randall for Bill Young's team. Mitchell's been a key. He's accounted for 11 touchdowns in those 4 games.
1st and 10 from the 44. Back to ground and pound for the Tritons. And it's Collins again. Starting to wrap him up earlier and earlier after some pretty big bursts in the first quarter. Gabe Tala was there once again. And 78 to, that's Martell Harris, Bill, 6'3", 360. He's a load.
Yeah, he's a large human.
That's all I have in the notes here. Huge.
I think you encapsulated it
Huge.
well.
Yeah, 6'3", 360. 2nd down. Collins off the left side. Lopez with a nice ankle tackle there. Slowed him up to bring up 3rd down and 4 right at midfield.
And again, there's no surprise. They've run 18 plays and Collins has carried 16 times. And here at 3rd and 4, who do you think is going to get the ball?
It's a matter of 2 teams saying, this is what we do on offense, you try and stop it. Third down, Collins. They stopped him at the 48, 2 yards shy of moving the sticks.
Devarian Flowers made the play. Interesting decision here from Mike Rader, and I think he's going to play a field position game. Once again, try to punt the ball deep. He did that on the last series, and Mitchell and Butler Brown foiled that strategy with an 87-yard pass.
Yeah, so on comes Landon Smart to boot the football. Butler Brown is deep. Looking up into the sun-splashed sky here in Madison. He says get away this time. And he will. They'll let it roll and die at the 16-yard line.
So Catholic Memorial's defense shows some life. Makes 2 stops in last 2 drives by Notre Dame.
Yeah, first 3 and out for the Tritons this morning.
Let's see if Mitchell and company can spin some magic. I don't think we've seen the last of the touchdowns.
Going out on a limb, right?
Yep, that's why you get big-time analysis here.
2 explosive teams that do it in different styles. Now it's MJ Mitchell's turn again. From the 16, 1st and 10. Into the belly of Lopez. Gets pushed back at the 19-yard line.
Dave Augustine among the tacklers.
Again, Lopez, he's a two-way player, and so goes hard on defense. That's why they bring Lewis in to give him some breathers. Give Lopez breathers. Keep those legs fresh in the backfield. 2nd down and 7. Mitchell. Some breathing room and then airs it out. Butler Brown went up and got it. And the crowd oohing and eyeing at that play.
Oh, he won the jump ball. My goodness, quite a play by number 5. And Mitchell extends the play and shows off his arm again. And he's going to trust his buddy to make a play, and he sure did.
I mean, Hornacek
was looking for an interference call. He thought Butler Brown pushed off, but I don't think he's got a case there. That was just an athletic play by a talented wide receiver.
37-yard hookup. Mitchell to Butler Brown. Now Mitchell on the keeper. Hornacek blasts him out of bounds at the 37-yard line.
Butler Brown's got 4 catches for 129 yards already. Catholic Memorial moving the ball now, both through the air and on the ground. They get some rhythm to their offense, which struggled in the very early going, but they certainly got things moving here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, after the pick 6, maybe they dialed up on offense and thought, the deep ball might work in our favor. There have been some home runs as Mitchell just trying to get the 1st down. Going to be a little shy, just beyond the 35. Going to be 3rd down and less than a yard. But yeah, they are letting Mitchell just air it out now. And Butler Brown is causing headaches for this Triton secondary.
Mitchell 6 for 9 passing, 173 yards.
Goes under center here, and he'll just careen over the 34 to get the 1st down.
And they'll move the sticks with that conservative call.
Trying to drive down and tie this football game up. First time Mitchell's gone under center. Just need to take care of business. Now back to work in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Lopez stays in the block. Mitchell. Flanagan. Nice tackle. He picked up a yard, Bill, maybe 2, but Flanagan, if he doesn't catch him, Mitchell's got a whole lot of space in front of him.
Mitchell's elusiveness here got that short gain. I think Green Bay thought, Notre Dame thought they had a shot at him in the backfield, but Mitchell got to the edge, and then Flanagan had to bring him down. Short gain. 2 pretty good athletes there, Mitchell and Flanagan.
Yeah, that was fun. Gave him 3 yards. 2nd down and 7. Mitchell wants to go airborne, but can't. And then he does. Dumps it off to Lopez. Man, Asa Poyster had him wrapped up below, and somehow Mitchell got the pass off.
Yeah, he had him in the grasp, and right before going down, Mitchell found a way to get that to his running back for a 1st down gain. Here's Poyster. Grabs the jersey, brings him down, but he releases the ball, and it's a 1st down on a nice drive for Catholic Memorial.
I'm sure MJ could hear the footsteps, but he got it off in the nick of time.
Crichton's going to call a timeout.
We will step aside as well. Message now from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network affiliates. Notre Dame de la Bay Academy leading Waukesha Catholic Memorial. For the moment, CMH on the move here.
Scribe's taken almost 4 minutes. They've gone 65 yards. MJ Mitchell in the middle of it. He's been the dual threat as advertised. 7 for 10 passing, 185 yards. He's added 31 on the ground, and he's got the ball right here.
Scrambling, almost lost his balance. Marker comes in. It's going to be a hole, I think, on Catholic Memorial. Mitchell was stumbling, trying to stay on his feet and get some traction to make a sprint downfield. We'll check the penalty. Mike Brewer is doing the same.
Defender did not see him, and he came in with forcible contact. 15-yard penalty, still 1st down.
See if you can pick it up, Bill. Left side of your screen.
That's a big call. Mitchell didn't seem comfortable in this play at all. There's the block. They got the penalty by number 48, Jake Burkholz.
So more costly than a hold. 15 marks it back to the 34-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 25.
Bottom of the screen, Butler Brown. Keep your eyes on him. There he is in motion. And dump it off out of the backfield to Lopez. Going to get a lot of those yards back. Lopez pushing the pile, finally out of bounds at the 10. Yep, all eyes were on Butler Brown, Bill, and then Lopez leaks out of the backfield.
That was all eye candy from number 5, and then the wheel route to Lopez, and nice stutter step there to pick up some extra yards. But as you say, they picked up the penalty yardage, and they're back in the red zone.
Yeah. From 1st and 25 to 2nd and 2. That's manageable. Lopez in the backfield, flanked to the left of Mitchell. Mitchell's got it. Dump it off. Burkholz. Does he get in? Yes, he does. Touchdown. 2nd of the day for Jake Burkholz. Took the little dump pass and then just bruising his way into the end zone. Good move moving him from tight end, Bill.
Yeah, wasn't the prettiest of passes, but Mitchell's shot puts it out there to Burkholz, and again, he smells that end zone and gets in for the 2nd time today. 11-yard touchdown pass officially.
Kinitator to tie it. And we are even in Division III. Jake Burkhold's Bill came in with 229 yards of receiving and 1 touchdown catch when he was playing tight end. He's got 2 today in the state championship.
Wow. And how about Catholic Memorial? That drive, they go 84 yards in 9 plays. On the preceding drive, they go 89 yards in 2 plays. So they have come alive. And let's also point out that their defense has come alive as the Tritons in their first 2 drives gained 116 yards. On their last 2 drives, they've gained 20. So Catholic Memorial has stepped up its game big time here in the second quarter and tied the game.
Yeah, starting to figure it out. Their DC, Ryan Stefaniak, starting to muscle up, containing Collins. You know the expression, you're not going to stop him, you only hope to contain him. That's what they're doing now with 22, who's back to help receive the kick from Kinitator. Mitchell, 9 of 12 through the air, Bill, 219 yards and 3 TD tosses. Little squib kick. Fielded. Oh my goodness. Abe Augustine lowering the boom on the return. Watch this. You want to tackle me?
Ouch. Amir Jones is the fella he ran over.
Shaking the cobwebs off on the sidelines now.
Augustine, they list, is 6 feet 225.
Packs a punch apparently. 1st and 10 from the 43.
Jones is 5'7", 145.
That math doesn't add up. That was Collins taking the direct snap, and then Collins handing it off to Horncheck. So a little wrinkle here by the Tritons. Talk about eye candy. 22 taking the snap here. Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? Is he going to hand it off? He's going to hand it off.
Hornacek going to Minnesota Duluth.
And they don't throw to him too often, but when they do, Hornacek he makes big plays. Big target too at 6'3". Pierce back in there under center. And gives it off to Collins, and Collins has an opening. Collins going to win the race. He does. Touchdown. 41-yard sprint to the end zone. Tritons regain the lead.
That didn't take long.
It did not.
Well, don't go away on this one as things are happening fast and furiously. With 2:09 left in the half, Notre Dame regains the lead. That drive went 57 yards in 2 plays. It took 42 seconds after Catholic Memorial had erased a 14-point lead and tied the game.
The extra point is through. Our stat man Jeff is sharpening his pencils for the second half of this one. He's been busy over there.
Batteries for this calculator because Collins is putting up some big-time numbers along with Mitchell. Here's Collins' latest touchdown run. Again, he gets in the secondary. Butler Brown can't catch him, and Collins has yet another touchdown.
Bill, Jack Whitehouse, sophomore on the offensive line there, he made a really nice block that made a regular hole turn into a bigger hole.
Here's a look at the player of the year in the state, and his numbers are amazing, really, what he's done, and he's delivered here. There you can see what he's done today in less than a half of football. 169 yards, averaging 9.4 yards a carry today.
Have a day. They've said that a lot this year. with Christian Collins. Have a day, and then he goes out and has a day. Flanagan again to boot the football. This will be Williams taking at the 5. Some moves and then brought down to 28-yard line. They get the 29.
So Mitchell comes back in the field after a short rest. He's got all 3 of his timeouts and 2:03 to work with.
How about the Notre Dame drives? So Jeff, our statistician, 151, 323, 229, 159, 42 seconds. And it's been almost exclusively on the ground. But they're getting it done in quick fashion.
Pierce has thrown 1 pass. Like Rader likes it that way. I think Mike's enjoying this game too. You wouldn't know it by his expression.
No, it looks like it. Mitchell going to keep it. In trouble. Cuts back. And then down he goes. Flanagan brings him down after his teammates circled around number 2 and kept him contained.
Yeah, Asa Poyster deserves some credit on this play as well. There comes Poyster after him now. But Mitchell's so elusive.
Went backwards, loss of 3, 2nd and 13. $1:30 to go before halftime. Mitchell, deep ball. And incomplete, intended for Dustin Roach.
And the RPO option there. They tried to spring a new receiver into the secondary, but Roach was pretty well covered. So it's 3rd and 13.
And you saw Roach, he made that little shimmy move, but then Kiefert was stride for stride with him. So 3rd and 13 for Catholic Memorial. You saw the 3rd down conversions, 2 for 4 today, trying to convert here so they don't have to punt. They have to punt.
Quite a play there by Carson Vanderhouten.
Yeah, all alone running around with MJ Mitchell, and Vanderhouten took him down, tripped him up, brought him down.
Notre Dame, their 2nd of the half.
Got just enough.
60 seconds in length.
And that backs him up in a big way. And so Notre Dame takes a timeout with 62 seconds left in the half.
It took them only 42 to score the last time, so it's a ton of time for them to do something after the punt.
Scott Rice conferring with his quarterback there. And you would think Notre Dame would come after the punter here, attempt to make a play in special teams. But they should have decent field position if they get the ball back following the punt.
Yeah, Landon Smart's going to boot the football.
Phil Young going out to address his punting unit.
Wind, not the factor it was yesterday with the snow and the rain and the sleet and the whatever. But it is picking up a little bit.
It always swirls here, though.
Always. So Smart in his own end zone. Snap is clean, kick is off. And it's fielded at the 47-yard line. Room to run. And to the 36, that'll get done. Collins going to set himself up for an opportunity here before halftime.
So that sack by Vanderhooten and a short punt gives Green Bay Notre Dame a chance to pad a lead. They have one timeout left in the final 52 seconds of the half.
First and 10 at the 36. Who else? A lot of other teams would say, well, it's under a minute, only one timeout. We got to throw the football here, but
Charge timeout. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's going to call their third and final.
And final of the half.
Timeout.
60 seconds in length.
And they'll still feed Collins because he still has that ability to take it to the house, get a big chunk.
Well, they hope he can provide some magic here again. So far today, Christian 173 yards and 19 carries and 2 touchdowns. We got 2 more games today, Bob. Coming up.
We do, don't we?
At 1 o'clock, Rice Lake will play Slinger. And then at Division I at 4 p.m. features a matchup of Bayport against Muskego.
You know, the Tritons last year, Bill, lost to Rice Lake in Level 4. And this group of players at Notre Dame, they took that to heart in the offseason. They saw and knew what they had to do to be a little bit better in 2024. And there was a more serious approach, says Mike Rader. They became all business, knowing what the task would be to get them back to state. Pierce tosses to Collins, catch and go down the sideline. Stops the clock out of bounds at the 19.
Only the second pass attempted today by Notre Dame. Basically, they get Collins in space here, and he picks up a substantial gain and smart enough to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
Gets the first down in the red zone here. 38 seconds to go. Pierce to throw again, maybe. Chased and then just gets rid of it. Got out of the pocket. Nico Rogers was barreling in on number 5.
Complete pass. The quarterback was outside the pocket, and the ball crossed the line of scrimmage. Second down.
And Honasek was in the area too, I thought. But anyway, an explanation there from Mike Brewer on why grounding was not called.
So 2nd and 10 from the 19, 31 seconds left. See Collins flank to the right of Pierce. Pierce rolling. Chased, throws, catch is made, and out of bounds right at the marker, stopping the clock. Nicely done by Hornacek.
Yeah, he did a good job staying in bounds.
You watch those NFL guys enough, things like this pay off, right?
Okay, I'm sure he's practiced his move. It shows. He gets right to the boundary, keeps that foot in bounds, and makes the catch.
Beautiful, beautiful work. Saw him clap his hands. He's looking back at Pierce saying, come on, get it to me. I'll make the catch. Now it's 1st and goal at the 9. 24 seconds left. Pierce to the air. It's knocked down. Batted down at the line. I think that was Lopez? No. Isaac Miller got his mitts up in the air. Isaac's only a sophomore. They really like him. He's also a basketball player. Yep, you can see that. Going up to swat it. His dad played football back in the day at Utah. Second and goal, 20 seconds. And that looked funky from the get-go.
It certainly did. And that's why you see a lot of laundry on the field.
I think the snap came back sooner than Pierce asked.
And the Tritons are all backing up as if the penalty is against them. You can see Mike Brewer talking to his refereeing crew, which includes Brad Tritting.
Illegal snap. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Brad Tittington, Doug Damon, Aaron Schramm, and William Rustock are assisting Brewer in calling this game.
Yeah, the center snapped it.
Operator, please reset the clock for 20 seconds.
And no one was ready for it.
Thank you.
Bill Restock, by the way, the umpire of this officiating crew, he played in a state title game for Arrowhead. Lost to Marshfield on this very field. Second and goal. Pierce looking, intercepted in the end zone. Went after Flanagan, and Catholic Memorial snuffed it out. Dustin Roach went up to bring it down and end the threat before the half.
Yeah, big play for the defense there. And as Notre Dame threatening to pad their lead, he wanted Flanagan to win the jump ball, and Roach says not so fast. Dustin Roach, sophomore, out jumped Flanagan.
Yeah, Roach is his MO. He's athletic. He's got a nose for the ball, I guess. And the Crusaders will just knee it and go to the locker room here at the half, trailing 28-21. You entertained, Mr. Brophy?
I was going to say, if you like offense, you come to the right place. Both teams with over 220 yards in total offense. They've got up and down the field. They do it in different ways, but they've got stars on both sides of the ball. Mitchell, Butler, Brown for Catholic Memorial are sensational, and I can see where Christian Collins is the player of the year of the state. He can really run the football.
Been a fun first half. We get another half to go. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network affiliates.
It's been a dandy so far here at Camp Randall, our Division III championship. Notre Dame leads Catholic Memorial 28-21. Welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium, the first of 3 state championship games we're bringing you here live on your WIAA network station. Joining me right now is WIAA Associate Director Mel Dow. And Mel, tell me a little bit about girls wrestling. We've seen an increase, a 65% increase in participation over the last couple of years, and that's led to some changes with how the format has worked out through the tournament. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Scott, we're really excited. The growth has been incredible, and the state has been asking for it. So the modifications that we've made going into this year is now girls have their own qualifying series. They're not competing with the boys to qualify, as well as we've added a regional round, and now we take 2 qualifiers to the state meet. So making sure that we're getting more of the appropriate athletes there in the state championships, as opposed to in the past where it was just a single qualifier.
Will those regional rounds, will they be separate from the boys' meets, or will they still be competed together?
Yeah, they'll be a separate date and a separate location. So the girls' qualifiers will now be on the Friday nights, and then the boys will be on Saturdays, and then they'll all come together for the state tournament on Thursday, Friday, Saturday of that series.
We've also seen some renovations over at the Kohl Center where the state meet is held every year. How will that change things?
Yeah, unfortunately, we lost 12% of the floor space at the Kohl Center with their renovations. So that allowed us the opportunity to do some ingenuity and to re-engineer how we do the state tournament. So we're able to obtain some new mats. So we're going to have actually custom mats this year at the state tournament that allow us to reconfigure the tournament itself. And then it also gave us the opportunity to restructure the time schedule a little bit. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to have the opportunity to give all of our wrestlers that qualify for the state meet 2 matches. In the past, you had to have your first round opponent win a next match in order for you to get a wrestle back. Now every kid at the state tournament will get an opportunity to wrestle 2 matches, which we're really excited in the wrestling community for that.
And by the way, you can see the WIA State Wrestling Championships right here on this WIA network station. Let's shift gears a little bit and talk about name, image, likeness, NIL as we like to call it. I know the WIA membership narrowly defeated an amendment that didn't pass last year. Where do things stand right now? It's kind of a complicated issue.
Yeah, NIL is taking the nation by storm at the high school level. It's just a natural evolution. Happens at the higher level, it works its way down. And what we're doing right now is we're educating our membership that high school NIL is not like college NIL. It's completely different. But it's one of those things that we need to stay ahead of. We take pride in the WIA. It's a membership-driven organization. That means the member schools and their administration write the rules that they follow. And what we want to do is we want to maintain that so that they can actually dictate how the rules apply to their student athletes. So what we're doing is we're taking another run at this, and we're educating them a little bit more. We've changed a little bit of the language, the things that were confusing to them, market value and things like that. We've better defined what a booster is. We've clarified what an alumni is. Those are things that have caused some hardship at the college level with collectives and things like that. At the high school level, that won't be there. Kids, with this proposed language, kids would have the opportunity to enter into name, image, and likeness opportunities for those things that are not associated with their high school sports.
How many kids do you think this really affects on the high school level?
That's really a great question. Nationwide, the statistics tell us that it's less than 1% of all high school kids enter into a name, image, and likeness opportunity for those 40 states that currently have that opportunity.
Well, Mel, that's some great information. Thanks a lot for joining us here at halftime. Halftime of our Division III championship with Green Bay Notre Dame leading this one by 7. Now a word from your local stations. This is your WIAA network station. A lot of offense so far here in our D3 championship. 28-21, the Tritons lead the Crusaders. This is just the start of a very busy Friday here at Camp Randall Stadium. Let's show you what we have coming up after this one. Halftime of our D3 championship right now in Division II. Coming up next, we'll have Rice Lake on the field. They'll be taking on Slinger, undefeated Slinger at 13-0. That game at about 1 o'clock this afternoon. Then right here in this very same WIA network station, our Division I championship at approximately 4 o'clock. It'll be Muskego and Bayport. In case you missed it, we had a great day yesterday here in Madison. It started with Edgar knocking off Potosi Cassville 19-0. Edgar with their 9th state title in school history. Then it was Lemira over Grantsburg 26-19 in our D6 championship. Stratford won their WIA record 10th state title, 21-6 over Wrightstown in the D5 championship. And then last night at Dandy, it was Racine St. Catherine's 26-22 over Baldwin Woodville in the Division IV championship. Right now, we'll step aside and hear a word from our network sponsors. This is your WIAA network station. Moments away from the start of the second half of this Division III state championship. Notre Dame up by a touchdown on Catholic Memorial. Let's show you how we got here. And it's been a very eventful first half. It started with Christian Collins and the Tritons, 25 yards on this touchdown gallop. They led 7-0 after he bulldozes his way into the end zone. Back right away comes Catholic Memorial, MJ Mitchell to Jake Burkholz, and we're tied at 7. Tritons answer, it's Jack Collins this time. It was a Collins family picture in the end zone. They go 14-7. And then a big play here, Caden Kiefert with the pick 6, and it looked like Notre Dame was going to run away with it, going up 21-7. But hold on, here comes MJ Mitchell, going to fire one deep to Marvanus Butler Brown, and he is going to soar 87 yards for the touchdown, and that cuts the Notre Dame lead down to 21-14. On the next possession, Mitchell answers again to Burkholz again, who bobs and weaves his way into the end zone to tie it up at 21. But it was Christian Collins, 173 yards on the ground in that first half and a couple of scores. This one from 41 yards out to give Notre Dame the 28-21 lead. The Crusaders able to hold off a late Triton scoring attempt here at the end of the half on the interception. First half numbers, Notre Dame getting it done on the ground. 197 of their 220 yards coming rushing, and Catholic Memorial getting it done through the air. Mitchell 219 yards passing, 219 of their 247 total. Two different ways to do it, and both teams very successful on the offensive side so far. Right now, we'll step aside and hear a word from our local sponsors. This is your WIAA network station.
Welcome back to Camp Randall Stadium in Madison, Wisconsin. Good tilt in the first half in this Division III championship. 28-21, Tritons over the Crusaders. Getting in the ear hole of the coaches at halftime is Brad down on the field.
Yeah, Bob, thank you very much. I caught up with head coach of Notre Dame, Michael Rader, and I asked him about his team's response after Catholic Memorial erased that 14-point lead. He said, we've been in a lot of close situations like this all year long. They have prepared us for tight games like we're seeing right now. As for defensively, I asked him, what do you got to do to limit the explosives? And obviously he said that's something we've been working on all day long, or all week long. We just have to make sure we continue to cover those deep threats. On the other side of the ball for Catholic Memorial, Bill Young said he was really, really happy after his team got punched in the mouth and went down 21-7, the way they battled back and were able to tie the game up. I asked him about Mitchell's performance so far. He said it's so fun to watch this kid. It's a backyard, scrappy kind of football he plays, and obviously they got to hit their opportunities. There were a couple of chances they had in the first half where Mitchell just kind of missed it. He said we got to hit those in the second half, guys.
Brad, thanks. Bill Young telling everybody on the statewide media call earlier this week, we know we are the underdogs in this matchup. Tough to hear that from a Waukesha Catholic Memorial squad who year in and year out is always making deep playoff runs and always finds a way to somehow knock on the door or get here to try to win another state championship. They were state champs in 12, 16, 18, 19, and 21. Runners up in 01, 10, 15, gasp, and 22. Oh, and throw 4 WISA state championships and 5 WISA runner-ups in the trophy case in Waukesha. Kinnitator to boot it to start the second half. Collins and Allen are deep. And I think we're going to have offsides because flag came in right after the kick.
Prior to the kick, encroachment, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, free kick.
And somebody got antsy.
And Collins back there to receive for Notre Dame. In the first half, he rushed for 173 yards. Here's the offside penalty.
Right up at the top of the screen. Tad early. So now you're going to kick from the 35-yard line. This is where the college guys boot it.
The winds, as you alluded to earlier, not the factor it was yesterday when we had snow and rain and all sorts of gunk. That's a meteorological term.
Gunk, yeah. We had 4 games and 4 different weather patterns going in each game. Kinnitator take 2. Going to line this one. Fielded by Kingston Allen. And Allen, good return out to the 37-yard line. Back to work. Max Pierce, Christian Collins, James Flanagan, and company. And the drives they had in the first half, Bill.
Well, they started off with a bang. That was all Collins, the Collins boys in the first couple of drives. Then the Catholic Memorial defense stiffened and held Notre Dame, but Collins got them back on the board with a long run to give them the lead. They also had an interception along the way, which resulted in 7 points for the defense.
Christian Collins, 173 yards, adding to the total here, and he's going to add in a big way. Into Catholic Memorial territory at the 46-yard line, 41-yard line. Don't want to rob him of any yardage.
Officials timeout for an injured defensive player.
Yeah, Dustin Roach got tangled up in the wash.
Roach had that big interception to And the first half, he's on the floor of the Camp Randall.
Now a message from our statewide sponsors. It's your WIAA network affiliate. Sophomore Dustin Roach walked off on his own power. Little gimpy, but getting a blow on the bench for Catholic Memorial. 22-yard run by Collins puts him at 195 in the game. Remember, he averages 243, closing in on that mark. 1st and 10 at the 41. Feed it to him again. Getting lathered up to start the second half to the 34.
He's now over 200, and Travis Wilson of Wisconsin Sports Network points out if he gets to 324, he'd today that would make him only the second rusher in Wisconsin history to ever go over 3,000 yards. And that's certainly attainable. As you see, he's at 202, so he needs another 122 yards. And who's to say he won't, though? He's run the football today.
Yeah. Within striking distance, to be sure. 2nd and 3 here for the Tritons. Collins is trying to get the first down. Mission accomplished at the 30. There have been some big college performances by big-time running backs on this football field. As we all know, Bill, Ron Dane, of course, Melvin Gordon. And every once in a while, you get one of these state championships where you've got a horse like Collins, and they bring their arsenal to Camp Randall and put it on full display. 1st and 10 at the 30. Collins zigzags and runs right into a mosh pit at the 30.
But that got blown up by a high snap as much as the unrushing defense. Pierce did a good job of corralling the high snap and getting the ball to Collins. And yeah, that 33, Dane did okay on this turf.
So no gain, 2nd and 10. Big Martell Harris was in there. All 360 of him stuffing that play. Collins direct snap. Little wrinkle here. Pick up a 5 to 25. Makes it 3rd and 5.
I think that's just to give Bill Young and company something to think about later in the game, that they might run the Wildcat again. And as we told you earlier this year, out of that formation, Collins threw a touchdown pass.
Saw Jack Whitehouse, number 8. He's the fullback in that package. Provides extra blocking as Pierce goes under center here. They go quick. Get it to Collins. Collins needed the 20. Going to be a yard shy. So 4th and 1.
Don't think there's much doubt who's going to get the football here.
No.
Again, we should give some love to the big guys up front. Richie Flanagan and Asa Poyster, Carson Van Houten, Colin Comier, Andrew Rader. They've opened the holes along with Whitehouse for Collins today.
Crowd ready for the 4th down carry by Collins. He's got it, but he doesn't have the first down. Stacked up by the Crusaders. Nico Rogers and company. Big bodies collapsing, crashing, and blowing up Collins to turn it over on downs.
Rogers and Telia, the guys who wrapped him up early, and then they got a lot of help from their mates. So some early momentum from the defense for the Crusaders.
Nico.
They say 6'1", 270. I think they're shorting him. What do you think? So let's see what MJ Mitchell does. First time he touches the ball in the second half.
Down 7, 1st and 10 at the 21. Mitchell still got it. MJ. Boy. Stays with it. Look at the bottom of the screen. Look at the receiver. No one's even bothering to cover.
That's Hornacek saying, I want the ball.
Yeah.
He's waving it, but to no avail.
No, he's signaling like, we're going to get the first down. And Catholic Memorial just sold out, saying, we know you're not going to throw it. And they didn't. Gain of 5 for Mitchell, 2nd and 5. Goes to the air, quick hit. Gets the first down. To the 34-yard line, it's Butler Brown again.
It's his 5th catch of the day. Mitchell now 10 of 14 for over 220 yards.
The coaches said if Marvanus was 2 inches taller, Bill, he'd be a D1 college player. He's only 5'9". So yeah, if you're scraping 6 feet with all of his athleticism, look out. 1st and 10 to 34. Mitchell. Marker comes in the backfield. And this one probably coming back. Mike Brewer, our referee, is the one who threw the flag.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty enforced from the previous spot. Still first down.
Well, for the moment, a little momentum killer.
It's the 5th penalty for Catholic Memorial today.
This line, it's a big one. Owen Strabig, the Notre Dame commit. Nico Rogers, we've seen him. Max Urchel is the center. Calvin Keenast and Hunter Wagner. 3 sophomores, a junior and a senior. It's a pretty young line. Mitchell going to get that penalty yardage back. Pushed out of bounds at the 35.
Mitchell on the quarterback draw. He gave you his passing stats. He's also been a factor rushing the football. This is his 11th carry. Up to about 27 yards rushing.
Second and 9. Lopez to the left of Mitchell.
And flags fly.
Early movement again. Another penalty on CMH.
That's
Turn the snap. Full start. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
That's 50 yards now they've been penalized.
Yeah, not good, not clean football, and you just got the penalty yardage back on the run by Mitchell. Now you're backpedaling, 2nd and 14. Little jet action there, and Mitchell right up the gut. He'll wipe away that penalty yardage and then some to the 45-yard line of Notre Dame.
Yeah, they distract the defense by sending number 5 in motion, and you got to keep your eye on Butler Brown. And while you were keeping an eye on him, Mitchell goes right up the gut for a substantial gain and a first down.
24 yards into Triton territory. Yeah, you like to call it eye candy.
Well, again, call what you want. You're trying to distract the defense, and they did a pretty good job there. There's Mitchell's day. We heard he was dynamic. He has proved to be.
This is Lopez trying to string it out, and that's going to be a penalty on the Tritons. Horse collar by Bobinski. Everyone in the stadium saw it.
Luis Lopez is 5'7", 155. And he got ragdolled by the defender there who picked up the penalty.
And you didn't have to do that. I mean, you had the wall ready to push him out of bounds. They strung it out nicely.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense. 15-yard penalty adds to the end of the run. First down.
It's only the second penalty called against the Tritons today, but it's your classic face mask.
Got all of the cage. So a penalty going in favor of Catholic Memorial on this drive. 1st and 10 now at the 32. Mitchell, little play action. And now backside Flanagan chases him down. He'll go down as a sack. A loss of 1 on the play.
Yeah, I think Flanagan will get credit for it. That was a coverage sack. Hannenhutten was there along with Flanagan to bring down the shifty quarterback, but he had nobody to throw it to. And even though he had attempted to extend the play, there was nothing going on in the secondary.
Give them a half sack each. How about that, Bill?
Okay.
Second and 11. Flanagan now 8 tackles and a sack. He is a menace on both sides of the ball. Mitchell flushed and crushed. Flanagan got him. Hornacek on top of him. Big backwards push by the Tritons.
We haven't talked much about Flanagan's family. We've talked a lot about Flanagan, who's had a big day, and there's his latest sack. But his dad, Jim, went to Notre Dame, was a 3rd-round pick of the Chicago Bears, had a nice NFL career, was the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year at one point, and his grandfather played for Vince Lombardi with the Packers.
And you can hear the Triton fans. 3rd and 23. Mitchell, little dump off. Butler Brown. Only to the 35. Going to force 4th down.
Dave Augustine on the stop. They're kind of in that no man's land there where they're not going to punt. They don't have the field goal kicker with their range. So even though it's 4th and 13, you got to think the Crusaders will be going for it here.
Yeah, offense stays put. To keep the football, they're going to need at least the 22-yard line. Notre Dame crowd again getting into it. Looking for a stop on 4th down. Mitchell lofts it. Incomplete. Tried to hook up with Dustin Roach. Good coverage downfield to break it up. Tritons will take over on downs. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. This is your WIAA network affiliates.
Timeout.
2024 WIAA Football Championships brought to you by Menards. Save big money at Menards for all your home improvement needs. 28-21, scoreboard remains the same from the halftime numbers as the Tritons come up with a stop. Get the football back, no doubt, get it back into the midst here of Christian Collins, who's over 200 yards rushing today. Start this drive going direct into Collins' midst at the 35. Collins opening, look out. Touchdown, Christian Collins. 65 yards.
Third touchdown of the day for Collins. We're told that 65-yard march or run is a Division III record. And Collins now approaching 300 yards rushing. And they're out of the Wildcat. He springs it to the outside, and then it's a foot race that nobody's going to catch. This senior, who is the state player of the year and living up to that title today.
The extra point is good. 35-21. You know, snap it right to 22 because that way you don't have to mess around. He's going to get the football anyway. Just get it to him and get him to the outside and get him into the end zone again.
Again, Jack Whitehouse sprung him. I mean, he gave him the big block that allowed him to get to the outside, and then nobody's going to catch him. As you can see, they had no one within 5-10 yards of him going down the far sideline. Christian Collins, wow. Have a year. I'm going to say have a day, but have a season.
And there it is, 280 yards rushing and counting. A new game record. Nick Weber of Sheboygan Falls, you see, had the old mark, 232, so he crushed it.
And again, he needs 324 to go over 3,000 yards rushing for this season.
It's insane. But it's reachable.
Yeah, no question. Yeah, we got 14 and a half minutes left.
26 carries, Bill, so far in the game. He's averaging 10.4 yards per carry. Averaging 10. That's what Mike Rader said. Why would we change anything up? Why would we try to reinvent the wheel? We're going to keep feeding this kid. Flanagan's got to re-tee it. Mention his dad. I'm sure proud Papa's in the stands and proud that he's going to go play football at his alma mater, Notre Dame. The other Notre Dame, but South Bend, no, you get it. Fielded on the fly at the 14. And down goes Butler Brown at the 25. Father and son, there they are. Look at Jim. Still looks like a Chicago Bear, doesn't he?
What a career he had with the Bears.
Jim played at Southern Door back in the day.
They won a state title when he was there.
That's right.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
I guess you got a stud like James Flanagan Sr.
And of course, little bro Richie, the sophomore on the offensive line, he's going to blossom and he's going to grow and he's going to be a good one in the coming years. All right, Catholic Memorial, work to do again. They've been here before in this football game, and Butler Brown dropped it. Tried to take off before he had the pigskin.
Butler Brown's had 6 catches today. They had an opportunity early in the game when he broke behind the defense and he couldn't connect with Mitchell, and here he just plain drops one. Second time today, Catholic Memorial's been down by 14. They rallied to tie the first time.
2nd and 10 at the 25. Mitchell on the run, throws, catch is made at the 45. Hooking up with Lopez.
Again, he extends so many plays with his legs. And there's Lopez's 4th catch of the day.
And Danny Gagan, a linebacker, was in coverage on Lopez, the speedy running back out of the backfield. From the 46. Mitchell launches. Roach is down there. Roach goes up and gets it.
In between 2 defenders, he outjumps Jack Collins and Alex Syak to make the play. Mitchell has a lot of time here, and he just throws it up and asks Roach to make a play. He does, in between the 2 defenders who bracketed him.
Dustin Roach, he's only a sophomore, Bill, but he's so athletic. He's the starting point guard as a freshman at Catholic Memorial. It's like he was going up trying to win the jump ball to start a basketball game. Big play there. 38 yards on the hookup. 1st and 10 at the 16. Fake it to Lopez. Mitchell in traffic, in coverage. It doesn't matter. But it's broken up.
Roach wants an interference.
Yeah. But Mitchell, he doesn't care if Roach is double covered. He's going to try to go up and have his guy make a play. And almost did.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass. He did not complete the process of the catch. It is 2nd down.
Well, the scoreboard replayed things, and they're just looking at what you are looking at now. And the reaction was from the Catholic Memorial side of the field as he made the catch. I don't think Roach feels he made the catch, but the fans do. We play on 2nd and 10.
Quick toss, Butler Brown. And Butler Brown bashes his way to the cone. He's in, touchdown. You're not going to give it to us to play before. We'll get it in on the legs of Butler Brown. One way or another, Catholic Memorial set to make it a 7-point game once again.
Again, the two chums from youth football team up. Butler Brown, very physical there over the last couple of yards. A 5-play, 75-yard drive that took 1:56. Catholic Memorial says we're not going away.
Get it, Tater, the extra point. 16-yard hookup. Butler Brown just running over Jack Collins to push it in for the touchdown.
And again, another quick response from Catholic Memorial when they found themselves down by 2 touchdowns. Mitchell now 14 of 21 for 312 yards passing. He's down 4 touchdown passes. Oh, by the way, Mitchell's also run for 40 yards.
Yeah, by the way. And another Division III championship record broken right there. 312 passing yards. Broke Josh Ringelberg. I remember that game.
Yeah, against Monona Grove, wasn't it?
Yeah. Lit it up for Greendale in 2013. Butler Brown, Bill, 7 catches, 163 yards, and 2 touchdowns today. Get ready to keep rewriting the record book.
Make sure that our friend Jeff over here has got enough batteries for his calculator.
He's ready to pass out.
Yeah.
It has been wild in Division III this morning. What a way to start our day of action here. Slinger and Rice Lake to follow. Bayport and Muskego in Division I. Kenneth Tater to tee it up. Just float this one into no man's land. Fielded there and brought down to 25. That was Babinski, who had to go and get it.
Babinski a little slow getting up, but he's okay. And he pays the price right here.
Good tackle by Williams. So 17 seconds left. This might be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Notre Dame, 366 total yards today, 312 of those on the ground.
Just like they drew it up. 1st and 10 at the 27. Collins gets the carry. Collins finds an opening. Better bring him down. Butler Brown can't. Collins going to take it in again. Another touchdown. 73 yards.
Well, you're watching a day with the ages here. Collins now, I believe, over 3,000 yards on the season, following yet another touchdown run. He breaks how many tackles? There's one. Here's the second one. and then he uses his speed to go to the house. "73 yards for Collins.
353 on the day for Collins. Kick is good. Notre Dame back in front by 2 touchdowns. Collins, little gassed, but still a lot left in the tank.
Took him 19 seconds for Catholic Memorial, or excuse me, for Notre Dame to respond to Catholic Memorial's score. And again, they do it in different ways. Whitehouse again with the big block. The spring Collins for his 4th score of the day.
Yeah, Richie Flanagan over there as well. What was Melvin Gordon? Was it 4:08?
I believe so.
I think 4:08 in the snow against Nebraska.
But
22.
The impressive thing is, and you alluded to it, Mike Rader said, "This is what we've done. This is what we're going to do. Stop us." And Collins has done everything they said that he's been doing all year. I mean, this again, not a fluke. Notre Dame's averaged 38 points a game. I mean, we got another quarter going there at 42. But that's what impresses me is, we've heard a lot of people come in here with great hype, but they don't deliver. And this kid is really putting on a show.
Fielded at the 4 by Williams. Make it back to the 20-yard line, but that is it. And that caps off a wild 3rd quarter of football. We got one more to go, at least. It's 42-28. Triton's in front. Buckle up, it's 42-28. Time now for your Rural Road to State, brought to you by Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. Here's how the Tritons got here. Boy, are they glad they got here, Bill.
Well, you can see they can put up points, and they do it all the same way. It's give the ball to Collins and let him run, and he's done the same thing today. His 353 yards rushing is a state record in any division.
Mitchell bobbled the snap and then too high, trying to get it to Butler Brown. Yeah, the old record, any division, any game, Blair Mulholland, the Snow Globe game between Arrowhead and Kimberly when Mulholland went off. Look at the total yards in this one. Got a quarter to go.
Again, they do it in different ways. Catholic Memorial has thrown the ball for over 300 yards. Collins and company have run for 377.
2nd and 10, CMH. Mitchell flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes. It's a Poister, able to grab him at the 24.
The one difference between Mulholland's game in the snow here against Arrowhead and Collins is Mulholland also set a record for most attempts that day at 46. So he amassed 341 yards in 46 attempts. Collins is at 353 today in 28 attempts.
3rd and 7. CMH up against it. Almost intercepted. Abe Augustine trying to climb the ladder and bring it down.
But the incompletion forces a punt, and Catholic Memorial didn't need a 3-and-out there.
So Smart will come on to boot the football for the Crusaders. No one even back deep for the Tritons. It'll roll out of bounds at midfield. 42-28. Now a message from our statewide sponsors, 2 WIAA network affiliates. 2024 WIA Football Championships brought to you by the Wisconsin DOT. Zero in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Triton's trying to salt this game away and claim their third WIA state championship. Collins gets the carry. Gain of 1.
Yeah, it's the third time since 2015 these teams have met in the title game.
All too familiar with one another. The two outstanding programs. They look forward to the challenge. 2nd and 9 from the 49. Pierce going to milk that clock as long as possible. Clock is your friend now if you're wearing blue and green. It's Collins, backside, able to escape that and still managed to get to the 45.
Nico Rogers grabbed his jersey, but that's not going to bring down Collins. And the seniors listed at 5'11", 195. Boy, he runs hard. Notre Dame's been ranked #1 in Division III all year. Their coach, Mike Rader, said they've accepted that.
Yeah, they played Kaukauna and De Pere early on. Those were 2 big tests, and once they passed those tests, everybody knew it's like, okay, we might have something here. It's Collins. Again, just direct snap it. He'll find the hole. Line opening up. And 22 just bursting right through it for another first down.
Again, Raiders said we accepted or talked about the #1 ranking from the start of the year. And his team figures it's a sign of respect, and we leave it at that. And they know it's out there, but he says it's a privilege to have it out there as the #1 ranking. And they are playing like the top-ranked team today.
Collins. I like when you talk to Mike, and you know, we ask all the coaches, we'll say, all right, put a label on your offense. What do you run? Sometimes they say spread or multiple, or, you know, wing tee, whatever it is. And Mike said, it's old school Badgers. I mean, that's what it is. It's what he grew up with. It's what he played under Barry Alvarez, and that's the best way to describe it. And it's exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, he said, it's in my DNA. We're going to run the ball. And Collins has done that 32 times today and gained 374 yards in the process.
2nd and 7 at the 29. Collins to the 24-yard line. Did we mention he tied a state record? I forget which records we've mentioned, but he's tied the state record with the 4 rushing touchdowns in this game in Division III.
Yeah, he's ripping up Todd Clark's record book in the back of the state tournament program.
Mitchell's broken a couple Division III records for Catholic Memorial. I mean, there's going to be a lot of whiteout or cut and pasting going on after this one. 3rd and 2. Collins to the outside. Got the first down. Past the 20-yard line to the 18.
And then he helps Will Schmitzer up after Schmitzer made the tackle.
And ball security. Yeah, he doesn't fumble either. Closing in on 400. He's at 385.
Yeah, and they're bleeding the clock on this drive.
For a set of downs here from the 18. To the 12.
Titans have thrown 6 passes all day. 4 of them came in the last drive of the first half. Collins going to come out for a break. His twin brother will go in to replace him.
390. They've chewed up over 5 minutes on this drive. There you see 4 rushing touchdowns in a championship in Division III.
The record in the whole tournament is 5 touchdowns in a game.
As Bro gets a carry.
Carter Butt of Edgar scored 5 times last year. And Sam Santiago Lloyd of Brookfield East scored 5 times in the Division II title game in 2016. There's twin brother Jack trotting out, and guess who's coming back in? Christian.
First and goal, Tritons. 7-yard line. Christian Collins, touchdown. Get the eraser out.
And get the room in the trophy case ready, because the Tritons are going to bring another one back to Green Bay later this afternoon.
What a stud performance by Christian Collins on the big stage.
And again, Jack Whitehouse with a big block to spring Collins.
49-28. Now a message from our statewide sponsors. It's your WIAA network affiliates. Five rushing touchdowns. That's the new Division III record. It ties the record for most rushing touchdowns of any division in a state championship game. 397 yards for senior Christian Collins.
And again, that's the most rushing yards in state tournament history. The All-State Player of the Year. Coach has got it right, I think.
Butler Brown on the return. 20-25. Butler Brown has had himself a day. Won't be as memorable as that guy across the way. And Catholic Memorial, we noted it, Bill, like after the first quarter when Christian Collins started to get lathered up, right? And the defense made adjustments, and they started to attack and get quicker to 22. And then Notre Dame countered. They figured out how to find some holes and spring their running back. Too much for MJ Mitchell and his offense to overcome here in the second half. Flags fly on the snap. Catch is made, and it'll be a touchdown, but I believe somebody moved early. Jake Burkholz, if it would stand, would be his third touchdown of the day. But it's not going to stand.
Illegal shift, offense. Both wide receivers were moving and neither of them reset prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Let's take a look.
Bottom of the screen.
Yeah, they're still
shifting.
Yeah, shifting. That's why it's illegal.
That's what Catholic Memorial needs to make this a game, a quick strike, and they got it there, but penalty nullifies what would have been Burkholt's third touchdown today.
Mitchell over the middle. Almost a nice catch in stride by Jackson Doyle.
Mitchell's thrown for over 300 yards today himself.
Butler Brown bell. This is from Jeff again, who's about ready to pass out. 269 all-purpose yards. That's a new Division III record. Timeout called by Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Like you said, we're ripping up the record book today.
60-second timeout.
Just throw it in the ash can. Start over after this one.
Well, Mitchell set a record for passing yardage in Division III. He just gave out Butler Brown's all-purpose yards record, and certainly Collins has shattered the mark in all schools.
Yeah, the old record was 130 yards. Butler Brown on the receiving. All right, time now for our Wisconsin DOT play of the game. It says on the script here, Bill, discuss the play. You want to discuss that?
Well, you've seen a lot today. This is the longest run by Collins. He's had 5 touchdowns. His longest is 73 yards, and that's the play of the day. We have decided, but you could pick any of Collins's 5 touchdown runs as being decisive plays in Notre Dame's apparent Division III title.
That was a good discussion. That was your Wisconsin DOT play of the game. 0 in Wisconsin. Together, we can save lives. Butler Brown wrapped up there. No room to escape. And it'll be 3rd down and long. 3rd and 18.
Collins looks like he wants to go back in.
3 more yards, and you got another mark. 400 sitting there. Floated, and Lopez never turned around.
Yeah, I don't think he knew the ball was coming his way, and that frustrates the quarterback. So it's 4th down. And certainly this late in the game, in the situation Crusaders are in, they got to go for the first.
Tough way for Mitchell and his buddy Butler Brown, boyhood friends. Got to the big stage here. I mean, they were showing off, but tough to swallow, having to settle for silver. On 4th down. Mitchell gonna go down. Poyster brings him down. And the Tritons can put this one on ice.
Abe Augustine contained the quarterback so Poyster could finish the deal, and that probably finishes Catholic Memorial's title hopes without a doubt. There's Augustine forcing him back into Poyster, and it's a substantial sack.
Cherry on the sundae.
Collins in the game. I like his chances of getting the ball back.
He's got it, and he's got 400 yards rushing in a football game. What an impressive day.
37th carry of the day for Collins. I think he'll sleep well tonight and be a little sore tomorrow.
Yeah, first guy in the hot tub. He's got dibs. 404. Division III record for total points scored in the game. Collins brought down. Lost a yard. Don't want to get to 400 and then cough it back up. It'll be 3rd and 4. Clock rolling, winding down to the 2-minute mark. Yeah, he lost a yard, so it's 4:03 now. Maybe they know Melvin Gordon had 4:08 here, trying to get over that. Collins, close. He got him the first down. It'll be 1st and goal at the 9. They'll be able to run clock.
And this is going to be it. Mike Rader is substituting basically the whole platoon in. So this will be the curtain call for Collins and company, and a number of seniors coming out, getting the congratulations and admiration of a coach who appreciates the running game. And boy, he's seen it here on display at his old college field. Collins still in the game. I think he's going to get a curtain call by himself.
And that last run, Bill, gave him 4:08. The knee by Abe Augustine. Taking the snap.
I'm guessing Collins is going to come out by himself. And well, let's see if that's what if Coach Rader has a feel for the dramatic. No, he's still on the field in the victory formation. So.
Yep. His last snap as a high school football player. And what a day it was. Mike Rader, enjoy the bath. And enjoy the moment, Green Bay Notre Dame, state champs in Division III.
They've been #1 all year. They're #1 today after a dominating performance at Camp Randall.
.49 points on 408 yards rushing by Christian Collins.
Nice moment there, the father and son embrace after they bludgeoned Catholic Memorial.
Well said. Now a message from your local station. This is your WIAA network affiliate. It was not just a record-breaking day, it was a record-destroying day for Green Bay Notre Dame. Their 3rd state championship. We send it down to one of the guys who destroyed the records.
All right, Christian, 408, 5 touchdowns, incredible day. But what does it mean to do that in order to bring a gold ball back to your school?
It means everything. It just kind of shows our hard work and our off season and how much work we put in through practice. And I mean, it just our big shout out to the linemen. I mean, they created the holes. I just had to run through them.
It was fun to watch. Christian, go celebrate with your teammates. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. Have a good one, guys.
Giving props to his line. That's what a good running back does as well. Now a message from your local station. It's your WIAA network affiliate.
Record-setting performance. Notre Dame takes down Catholic Memorial 49-28 in our Division III state championship game. The Tritons bringing home another gold ball back to the Green Bay area. So glad you could join us here on your WIAA State Network station as you get a look at the Tritons taking home their trophy. The exuberation of another state title. We have 2 more state championship trophies yet to hand out. Slinger and Rice Lake are due on this field in about a half hour or so right here on this station. More state championship football coming your way. We'll see you here on this WIAA network station in about a half hour with the Division II championship. So long, everyone.
The 2024 WIAA State Football Championships have been brought to you statewide by Menards. Save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin, reminding you to look for the Proudly Wisconsin badge to know you're getting the best quality and supporting local dairy farms. The Wisconsin Department of Transportation, Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Rural Mutual Insurance Company. Premiums paid here, stay here to keep Wisconsin strong. A proud sponsor of the WIAA Rural Mutual Sportsmanship Award for over 50 years. Unauthorized use or rebroadcast of this program and live internet stream without the express written consent of Allen Media Group, Wisconsin Broadcast Division is strictly prohibited and a violation of U.S. copyright law.